Empire Yourself followers. It's Thursday night. I'm Joy. This is my co-host. Sorry.
I'm Sonia. Welcome, Empower Yourself TV, another live. And
we have a special guest. I'm super excited. We have another family member of mine. His name is Shaun Spotts. And they also call him Shaun the God. So we're gonna have him on. He's gonna chime in around 8:25. So I'm super excited about that. He's gonna tell us a little bit about his journey and how he healed himself. He also has scleroderma, which we had talked about, I guess, 2 weeks ago. My sister, she has the same disease as well. So we're gonna talk to him and see how his journey is different or the same. I really don't know Shaun's story, so we're both excited to see, what he's gonna share with us tonight. And I just want to ask my co-host how her week's been. So,
girl, I fell
what's
off
going on
the
with
wagon.
you? And when she says fall off the wagon, she's not talking about going back to meat. We're never going back to animal flesh ever. So,
or animal products.
Yeah.
That's not what I mean.
I said animal meat.
Right.
Animal flesh was what I was really meaning to say.
Usually I have a goal for the week. And just to develop these new habits, develop a neural pathway, like a track in your brain, so it becomes like automatic, like driving. And I think I have some unconscious stresses going on related to my own personal life, and that kind of drove me to I was pigging out on the fruits, going ham and mixing up. I had the nuts with the fruit, just like was mixing up. But a lot of it, I wasn't even in the moment realizing that I was doing, until I get to the point where I felt bloated or just felt stuffed and just like self-sabotage. And I didn't want to go work out because one of the things I realized is that when you start to go south, if you don't catch yourself, it's like it's slow initially. It's like a car going down. You're pushing it down the hill. It's slow, and then once it picks up velocity, it's like sinking deeper, and that's what I felt. But what I do when I go through these things is become more. I start to study and sit and get to the root, scale back. Why am I indulging in this behavior? What's the root of the behavior? And once I identify that, I reset. I push myself to go to the gym because when I finished go to the gym, I didn't do my 100%, but I was happy.
You was there.
But I was there. But something about that made me feel better. So, I guess what I'm trying to say that you'll never ever get to the place where you totally know yourself. Because when people say, okay, they have to know themselves before they do anything, or you can't get to know yourself by yourself per se. You have to be engaged in something, an activity, the relationship, people, because that is what is going to derail you and trigger you. So that was my week in terms of, but now I'm quicker in overcoming the mental self. I did the physical self sabotage, but you carry this mental self sabotage. So I was, I'm getting quicker to like, nip it in the bud, where I get back, shake off, and I get back up and not be carrying any regret, any guilt. I don't want to, I just don't have the time for singing the blues like when I used to. When I
You
was
not
younger.
wallow. You talking about you don't wallow in it.
No, I don't want
You
to.
like you process it
Mm-hmm.
and you recognize it, but then it's like you let go of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's my new strategy. Bringing up the
Just
physical
not sitting in it.
in you know, trying to get it close to alignment with the mental, because I know a lot of it is here. So it's a process, building the muscle of that type of engagement with self towards
Mm.
overcoming and doing, overcoming and becoming. So that was it for
But I
me.
feel like you beat yourself up because, and I just said that to you earlier, you have a lot going on right now. And I think once, you nail
The dust
those,
settle.
yeah. So, yeah, I think then you'll start feeling better.
Can't
Cause you
wait.
you like Erica Badu, you like bag lady. You got
Mm-hmm.
about five to 10 bags on your back right now. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but you got the tools. You know where to go,
How was
what
it
you
for
need to
you?
do. I feel better. Last week and the week before, I felt like shit. But I'm finally coming out of it. But I've switched up, my eating. Like, sorry, family. I know y'all listening to me, and it's not y'all's fault. But it is kind of y'all's fault. But while y'all was here, I was going ham. And I didn't, like Sonya said, I didn't even realize it. But once y'all left, whoo, I felt horrible. But I finally came out of the fatigue. I was feeling fatigued. So I feel so much better now. But I'm back on the fruits. We got our little cocktails,
Yeah,
y'all.
that's our fruit tail today.
Yeah,
So we're
fruit
showing
tail.
off.
I said cocktail, fruit tail.
So we're trying to do a drink every week. What is in
This
this?
is a green apple and I just forgot. Green
Ginger isn't in?
apple, green. No, I didn't put no ginger in this. Green
Pear.
apple and pear. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
So cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, I blended this up about 2 days ago. It only lasts about 3 days. So after that,
You should see our table, guys. It's like the whole of the orchard is on, like the farmer's market is on our table. That's no pretty penny because it's all organic. She brought this today. I've never
yeah,
seen anything
ain't
like
it
this.
cute?
This is like organic watermelon.
It's
It's so
so
small, I'm
cute.
wondering if it's really real. It looks like a toy.
I hope it
But I
tastes as
never
cute
even,
as it
I've
looks.
never seen, for me, I don't do too much, get bent out of shape with organic. Once the outside is thick, kind of
That makes
pass it. Yeah, I
sense.
worry about like the grapes where the
Mm.
membrane is like the
Or like
pesticide.
strawberries,
Yeah, that can get in
blueberries.
there. So I'm more mindful of buying those organic. With this, I'm not so bent because the other one is big. But we usually
Mm.
try to look for seeds,
Mm.
and this is I've never seen organic. I hope it's organic. They have a tag on it. Organic cantaloupe. Look at the color.
And it's little, so it makes me happy.
Compare. Yeah, I mean, these huge. I mean, I see these
Cause I'm
watermelon.
scared
They're
when,
like bigger than
yeah,
half my size. I'm
yeah, it
like,
scares me. And even the lemons
but
now,
this,
like the organic lemons, they look so big, and I'm like, why are they so big if they was organic? Like, did they put something to make them grow at a faster rate?
I guess
Like
if they
I
put
don't.
it, it's seeping.
But
Everything
they
else just merge together eventually.
But
You
the
know.
way Morambi and them talk, like they have laws and stuff, so I'm like, I know. I'm just trying to speak life. I'm just trying to speak life. But yeah, so my week was better. My food option was better. Like my husband came in tonight, he wanted to order Ethiopian, and I was like, I'm not doing that to myself. I've done liminas. And I did garlic today, and it actually wasn't bad. My first experience, I cried. Like tears was coming down. It was just so, whoo, it was so intense. But I did good, and I filled up out of one animal bag because I got a 4 quart, so it holds all of it. I did it twice and was able to empty out just by filling up 2 times. Because normally I do like 4 or 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
So
That
things are
means you
starting
were
to,
clean.
yeah, so things are starting to move, but it's because I changed what I've been eating to. I ain't been eating that much. And I did like,
You've been juicing though.
yeah, juicing, but every now and then I'd have like a spinach or a salad or something. But I'm trying to cut the whole bean thing out, y'all. The beans, they
They
gotta
stopped me
go.
up too, man.
Yeah. And the only thing like right now, I might, and it's a very big might, I might do like chickpeas or lentils, but I just turned him down on the lentils tonight. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Cause like I told Sonya, I'm tired of like taking 10 steps forward and then taking 5 more steps back. Like I really wanna, really get into a deeper cleanse because I'm starting to see some stuff going on in my eyes, and then around my tongue area I got some issues as far as like the minerals, like my body absorbing minerals. So I just want to kind of take care of that with the herbs, the tinctures, and just really get, into more of the, which I can't cleanse no more, but maybe the bath. I need to start like sweating and doing, really being committed like you are as far as working out. I really need to get that yoga together. Like I'll do it for like a couple of days and then fall off.
Hmm.
So I really need to.
But it's gonna be like that for most of us. We're strong in one area and then we're
Yeah.
lagging in another area, or we're like, and a lot of it is, I think, is because we don't put it up there in terms of value.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because once you start to look at it as this is you haven't done that with yoga because you're cleansing trump their yoga.
Mhm.
That's why it's up. So subconsciously, your mind is saying, okay, the cleansing is more important.
Mhm.
It's priority. You can always do the value you put on yoga is not that major. And that's how the brain is. We're more conscious or focused on what, the hierarchy of values.
Mhm.
And that's how we manage our life. If we are at the bottom, kids at the top, then unconsciously you don't give yourself any attention. You give, our work is at the top, you give the work priority over, so it's on the list. So I think that's where those are the things that we also have to work on to keep in check. It's not just eating, it's the
We
other
need,
stuff.
yeah, the balance, and it needs to be balanced.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
other stuff, but the major part is not beating up yourself.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I don't know that ain't. I'm always beating myself up. I'm
I'm
trying.
getting
I'm
better.
trying. I can't say that because
No, you do.
I'll say that I'm trying to, but then I'll find myself like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Because it doesn't
Mm.
make you feel good when you work so
Mm-mm.
hard, say for a week and 2 weeks, and then
Mm.
you take one weekend off or one vacation and you come back and you're like, God,
Mm. I ate a piece of bread, y'all.
yeah, you have to come back. I mean, my thing is the I mean, mine just, I'm just mixing up. I
Yeah,
don't do
yeah.
bad. I
I
think it's
don't
a
think so. I
mix
think
up.
it's the mix up in the. You got like five like things going on in your life
Yeah,
right now
because the
that you need
stress
to.
can
The
do the same
stress.
thing with the imbalance in your body, just
Mm-hmm.
like the food. You can be perfect in the food area, and
Mm-hmm.
then because the stress is
Mm-hmm.
stimulating the same chemical
Mm-hmm.
challenges that the food would do, stimulating the insulin, the fight and flight. So
Mm-hmm.
it's releasing these kind of hormones because it feels it has to self protect. And then one of the things it does to, like, for women, it release a lot of cortisol. Because I'll hear women say, I eat right, I don't know what I'm putting on, why I'm putting on weight. But you're going to put on weight if unconsciously you're stressed out,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes you're not aware. So the body is producing the cholesterol to offset the inflammation that it
The
feels.
cortisol, you mean to,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
Cortisol. You said
cortisol, which
cholesterol.
also stimulate cholesterol. You
Yeah.
can be fine
Yeah.
and you're still overproducing because the liver produces more cholesterol for inflammation. You don't have to be taking in the food that's cholesterol. You
Right.
don't want to take in the food that's cholesterol, which is more animal products and sugar, starch, but your
Mm-hmm.
body, the liver produces more cholesterol to offset that inflammation that it's feeling. So, there's like a major chemistry that we need to learn, and you only can get that by being intimate with yourself.
Right. And I'm glad you mentioned that about darn, what did you just say? Oh, the stress, because when Carla was on 2 weeks ago, we never did talk about. I really feel like when she got diagnosed, when all that happened, I think stress played a part in that too. And I wish we had talked a little bit more about that. And then I just told you the other day, I was like, when Carla stresses out, she loses weight. But I'm the opposite. It's funny,
Yeah.
we came from the same womb, but when I stress out, I pick up weight. But my sister, she'll lose weight. She's the total opposite. So it's just everybody's physiology is
It's
just
different.
different. Yeah. So, well, Shaun should be coming in here. There's a lot of people on tonight. My sis is on. Miss Sharon. Hey, Miss Sharon. She's on. Good to see y'all.
Hi, Miss
And then
Bell.
yeah, Miss Bell, I guess S
Or Mr.
Bell, or
Bell.
maybe Mr. Bell.
Says the drinks look good. Thank you. I wish I could share it, but you gotta make your own. We don't give away anything free here, especially juice.
And then Kato, what's up? What's up, fam? And then
Joel
Joel.
McKee.
Yeah.
Hi, Joel.
Greetings, y'all. Thank y'all for supporting.
Yeah. We did an
I appreciate.
Instagram live today. Well, I
Oh
kind of
yeah,
pushed for it,
I'm
but
cool with it.
she's fine with it. But I got her off a little bit, so we're planning to
It was
hopefully,
new. I mean, we
yeah,
gotta try it. We didn't know what neither one of us knew what we
we're
was doing
doing.
today, so we
Yeah.
just figured it out. Like I said, maybe I overreacted, but Shannon, shoot, Sonia knows that I'm a perfectionist and a little bit of OCD, so everything has to be together. But sometimes life doesn't do that. Well, Sean is like ringing in, so we're gonna bring Sean in.
And his name is what?
Sean the God. Sean the
Sean.
God. Hold
He
on.
gave himself that, or
I think so. We can
we're
ask him.
asking. Okay.
Let's see. Hey, cuz. Let's see. Hold on. Wait a minute, just a second. Okay. That was me on my
Hello?
end. Can you hear us now? Can you hear us, cuz?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
It's a little fuzzy.
Yeah.
It's like we hear
Yeah.
like a little ocean or something in the background. You're not somewhere where it's a bunch of cell phones like together, is it?
Yeah, I can move my cell phone
Some
away from her.
surround
Yeah,
sound.
cause sometimes if there's
Um,
other phones going on, it could cause some static. But you can hear us fine though.
yeah.
It's delayed with
Is it,
him.
is it better?
I know, it's weird. Hold on just a second. Let's see. Um, that might have been
Okay, what
better.
about now?
Oh, that's
Now, what'd
perfect.
you do?
Man, my Bluetooth speaker kill it? I want to hear
Oh,
y'all
okay.
good. That's what it
I was
was?
like, what is going on? Like, okay, now we can hear you. Cause I was like, I ain't think it was on our end. So I just wanted to make sure.
Right.
Hold on, let me turn this little thing off up there so I can really see you. Okay. Now. Well, everybody, this is Sean, and he's my cousin on my dad's side. And Sean, we're so glad that you're here tonight to tell your journey. And I don't know much myself, even though we family and we never really talked to you about what actually, from when you got diagnosed and and now where you're at. I mean, we've shared a little bit, but just kind of like walk us through
Right.
like what happened. Like,
Um, what happened was, I think I got diagnosed in '06. It was wintertime '06. But had been having problems for about a year up to that point. And it just started with the ulcers on the fingertips and the little numbness in the fingers. And then once I got diagnosed, it was like tightness in the muscles in the legs and joints, joint pain, stuff of that nature. I think at one point I was probably walking with a cane.
wow.
What were you diagnosed with?
Scleroderma,
Oh, okay. So
Mhm.
you had the symptoms
which,
a year before you were having some kind of physical disturbance.
yeah, yes, yes.
Mhm.
And it just went on from there, seeing doctors, and they at first they didn't really know what I had. And
Mhm.
then I went to a rheumatologist, and she diagnosed me with scleroderma.
How long during that time, how soon during that year you were diagnosed? Is it over a year?
Um, I would I would say it's probably about almost 2 years of dealing with it.
Mm.
So maybe at the end of the second year is when I finally got diagnosed with it.
So the first symptoms you said was just your hands And then
Yes.
you said your legs was like your joints like were tightening or something.
Yeah. A lot of muscle tightness, muscle aching, cramping and whatnot. I think at
When you
one point we went to Disney World and I was on a scooter, the little riding the
Oh, so
scooter
you
to get
had
her.
to like your legs just
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, really, really didn't feel confident about walking around, you know, because of the pain and the stiffness and whatnot.
What did you think it was, though? I mean, if you're self-diagnosing, what did
Well,
your home remedy
at
with first before you went to?
at that time, there was no self-diagnosing, but as time went on and learning about what things to take in my diet that can improve things. Um, yeah, it was pretty evident that what I was doing wasn't helping and was probably causing a lot of that.
Hmm. So the doctor
Yeah, that's what I was
said
gonna
you
say.
had the doctor said you
Mm.
had scleroderma. What was their standard of care?
Oral agents, pills, um, things of that nature. Um, they they would do CAT scans of my lungs and breathing tests to make sure that my lungs wasn't affected.
So was your lungs affected? Because I know with scleroderma, like some of the internal organs. Because like with Carla, fluid was building up on her.
Right,
Yeah, and it was
right.
causing her
Same
not to be
same
able to
here. I
breathe.
would I would get puffy,
Oh, okay.
fluid retention, and things of that nature. I think they had me on a med that caused fluid retention.
I could see that. Wow.
So yeah,
So did they ever mention to you that it could possibly be the food? Did any of the
nah,
doctors like one
nah,
time like
nah.
I'm sure the
My my
dermatologist didn't say nothing, but
my first primary physician, he told me that there are natural remedies out there that would help me with the symptoms. That's as close as I ever got to a
at least
doctor
you got that. Cause
saying, yeah,
I'm like
yeah,
most of the time they don't even say that.
yeah. Once I got it, in about a couple of weeks, he was gone.
Oh.
But yeah, that's as close as I've gotten.
So after you seeing the changes with the Raynards and the your tightening and you being on the cane, was more stuff happening after that, like more symptoms, or did you see like
Oh,
yeah, yeah. Like we want to
yes.
we want to know it all.
They
So what else? What happened after that?
had
After you
I was put on a medication that was like a oral form of chemo.
they did Carl
And
like it too.
after about doing this medication for a year, I started to pass blood when I would urinate.
Wow.
And they did a kidney biopsy. I mean, I had a needle probably about this long stuck in my bag. And at the end of it, it would clip onto your tissue and pull part of your tissue off so they could
Mm.
examine it. And they never could find what it was and took me off the medication and just stopped.
And how was
You
that
know,
though? Like,
of
did they
of
wean? Did
course,
they just wean you off of it, or just?
nah, she just
Mm,
stopped it.
wow.
You know, she stopped it, but she wouldn't say that that was what might have been causing
Mm-hmm. She knew.
it. She
So what?
probably did.
So what about? So did you see any other more symptoms though? Like, did anything else start to like go downhill, like decay? Did any like other symptoms
Tell you the
past
truth,
that?
after they took me off the medication, things got better.
Wow. So
it it
was you?
almost it was almost like it reset everything. So things
Hmm.
got better, and I gradually got to where I'm at today.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's a good thing though. We ain't,
Yeah,
we,
yeah,
we ain't got
yeah.
Did you
So
have a
at
question?
what point did you took, you take, because there's a point that I call it take your
Oh my
take your
God.
power back, where you say, you know what, this crap not working. Let me start to do my be my own advocate for my healing. At what point in that you something just click and say, no, this is BS. These people don't know what they're doing, or they don't know how to help me to figure it out. Let me figure out how to do that, and what were the steps leading toward that. Was it educating yourself? Was it just, what did that look like when you decide to take your power back?
It's most definitely educating myself. I think I was dealing with it for about 5 or 6 years before I got started getting in the mindset of taking my power back.
Mm-hmm.
But I still, kind of struggled with the old ways here and there. And after about maybe a couple of more years, I really started getting more serious about taking my power back, researching and really find out what's going on my end that could be making things worse.
So you conceded to the fact that you had to accept that it was the food, primarily the food.
Well, yeah, one of the things, you can't rule out stress either.
Right, right. What were you
Mm.
eating though? What was the food like?
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I was basically your Southern comfort diet. I ate a lot of
You was
chicken, and I think I
meatloaf,
gave up the
pork
beef
chops.
at first, and then I was just eating chicken, and just the mucus and all of that.
Mhm.
Just basically getting tired of that
Were
and
you
needing to try a new
eliminating?
process.
Were you eliminating? Were you going to the bathroom? Were you bloated?
Yeah, I've always been a pretty regular guy,
Regular
even when I was eating
meat.
eating the other stuff. But I
Mm-hmm.
definitely notice a difference now. It's nothing to go to the bathroom. Could
Hmm.
probably think about it and end up
You
going
go
or
to.
needing to go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What were your resources when you said you did education? I mean, what did that look like in terms of my resources? Was I was, looking for material that supported more. I figured that it was the food, but looking for material as far as switching from meat to plants. So I was looking for that. Were you thinking switch from meat to plants, or were you just thinking, boy, I need to stop eating southern food?
Well, our cousin Cato, I always kept
Kato!
in touch with him, and he was constantly telling me, "Man, you need to let go of the meats." I remember one time he came to see me, and this has been like a long time I hadn't seen him. And man, when I opened the door, even though it was nighttime and my porch light was shining on the brother still had extra glow. And he was telling me, he said, "Man, you can improve some of these things that you're dealing with. You know, change your diet, be careful about what you put on your skin, what you wash your clothes in, and this and that." And we went to the health food store, and he got me started.
Mm-hmm.
But even with him getting me started in that direction, I still went back and forth for a while, for
The
years.
transition on was tough. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I tried going vegan a couple of times, and of course, this last time it worked.
Hmm. And it's gonna be like that for a lot of us,
Mm.
Some people,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is, if you stick with it, because while the body is adjusting and the mind, you need the mind to adjust
Yeah.
in
Yes.
alignment with the body, you know, because the
Yes.
body
That's very
sometimes,
important.
yeah, is overriding that kind of consciousness.
Right. Right.
Oh, so how was it for you? Because I saw pictures, Joe will show it, where
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's
when you say
show.
ulcers, what did that, when you say ulcer, is it like pus? What's in the finger? I know your face was burnt. I heard,
Um,
the
it
manifestation.
was like sores on the fingertips, like open wounds,
Oh, really? Yeah.
and these wounds would take sometimes a month, maybe 2 months to heal. I was struggling trying to work and constantly using up family medical leave and whatnot. It was just it was a lot of pain, hard to sleep. The only thing they could give me would be like lower tabs, and that wouldn't really work. It wouldn't do nothing put me to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever like feel that, man, am I ever gonna get out of this?
Oh shoot.
Am I ever going to recover from this? Is this, going in a path where I might not come back? Did you ever feel that way, or you were optimistic that, you know what, God or universe or source or spirit will unveil to you the answer? Were you a praying, religious, spiritual person?
Uh, yeah, yeah. I always kept good spirits. Even though some days was tough. Yeah,
Okay, so
but
when,
after
okay, go ahead. Sorry.
after a while, I knew it was up to me.
It was up to you. Yeah. So when you
Yeah.
made a decision, tell me what that looked like in terms of, I know you're back and forth, one step forward, two back. What were the things that was hard for you to let go, and what were the things you incorporated? I know our advice is enemas and pure vegetation. What was yours? What was your self protocol?
It started off with the raw vegetables,
Okay, you're doing raw.
and I was doing a lot of that, and I wasn't really eating fruit like I should have been at first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was probably a couple of years in before I really started incorporating the fruits.
Okay.
And then maybe a year after incorporating the fruits, really learning that I need to do the fruit like early in the day, from like time I get up to noon, and then do the raw vegetables, and then maybe something cooked after
Mm-hmm.
like 3 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm. And that's still your
And
routine.
yeah, yeah, it's been my routine for about a couple of years now,
Yeah.
and it
Right.
really worked out for me.
Yeah. So, like, tell people if you have any advice for people who might, because I know, that's what we're trying to do, help people to make the connection with, testimonies like yours, how they themselves can turn their life around in terms of feeling better and looking better. Because obviously, whatever you're doing healed your ulcers and healed because your skin was burnt. It almost looked burnt. How long was it tender to the touch? Was it sensitive? I mean, how was that?
No, no, it was just the appearance of where it looked, and
Okay.
maybe the dry
Yeah, it looked
skin.
really painful.
Did it affect your self-esteem? Were you self?
No, no, I'm a pretty easygoing, upbeat guy,
Hmm.
so I tried not to let that affect me in that manner. Because I knew I had to keep my mind strong.
Right. That's so crucial.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
The same
it
thing.
I
is.
would have
It's very,
fell apart.
it is very
I would. I commend you because I remember one time I seen you and I hadn't seen you in a long time. And I told you this the
right,
other night when I talked to you. I was like, Shaun, I was about ready to cry. Like, I almost couldn't look at you. Like, it was that painful to me. It was like, and I felt it. Like, I could feel it. Like, I mean, like, I didn't tell you that, like, by, communicating that, but I was like, I felt it. Like, it was just like, I was like, oh my God. And then knowing that Carla, was diagnosed too. And I was just like, what is
right.
really like going on? Like a whole lot of stuff was going through my mind at that time. Like, and when I was nowhere near on this path. So I was just mind blown. I was like, what is this? Like what is causing this? I never knew that it could possibly be the food.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, you looking at a person that was suffering from a chemical attack,
Mm-hmm.
for real.
Yeah.
And how soon
All
were
I can tell,
you seeing results?
um, I mean, almost immediately.
Wow.
You know, definitely saw energy level come back quick. You know, not feeling so tired and weighed down from them heavy meals and whatnot. And then, you know, some of the flexibility started to come back and get better because I lost some range of motion when I was
Mhm.
going through all of that.
So was your skin like tight, like because Carla, like her range of motion, like when she would do her arms, she could not do that like that. Like she couldn't bring it back and like so because it was like leather. So did you have issues with
Yeah,
that? Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Me, I couldn't, I still can't go fully vertical
Yeah.
with my arms up because it would be tight right in here.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still healing.
Yeah. You still going through the healing
Oh,
process.
yeah. Yeah. It's still the healing process.
Hmm.
The enemas do wonders, though.
I was gonna ask you about that. So, did Kato tell you about the animals too, or was this something that you just
Yeah.
gathered through your, studying, trying to figure it all out?
Now he told me about the enemas 2 years ago, and I remember the first time I did one, and you know I didn't know that I probably needed some water or something near me to drink. You know, I I couldn't get up. I had to sit there for about 15 minutes to gather myself before I could get up after it was done. But it got better.
Mhm. Did you have an aversion? And most men have an aversion to sticking
Mm,
stuff in their butt.
yeah.
And I'm saying when you get
Yeah.
to the place where you appreciate
Yeah,
that that thing is a gift,
yeah,
you'll suck it up.
yes,
Mm.
yeah. You right. You right.
Yeah.
It's better
So
you
it
do it than
so it
somebody else.
so it never bothered you when Kato brought it up. You just went for it.
No, cause you know how it is when somebody puts it to you where you can plainly see it. It's just it's just something I had to do,
Hmm.
and
Cause back
yeah, had to.
Cause back in probably you probably would have if they told you they needed to stick a finger up your butt. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm just saying. Like you probably would have let them do it at the doctor's office. So what's the difference in you doing it to yourself? You know what I'm saying?
e- Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I never
Trust
did
them
it.
sorcerers.
You said what now? You kind of broke up.
If you can trust them sorcerers to do it, you can do
Yeah.
it yourself.
Yeah.
But what I would tell people is just research and just find out what you're doing to yourself because a lot of people don't like to research, and I think that's why they struggle with making changes because they
Mm-hmm.
don't really know how important those changes will be for them.
Hmm.
It's like they scared of the information, but they tired of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
don't think it's so much the work, the information. I think it's the work. We don't want to do the
I
work.
think we
yeah,
lazy. We
yeah,
super lazy. Like we want like they would rather go to the doctor. I think people would probably rather go get a colonic, which is just water. I think they would rather
right,
if it was cheap, just how like cheap the enema is, they would literally rather for somebody to stick that, have them set on that machine. And they have to drive there now. They would rather do that
right.
than go right up in their bedroom and administer that enema themselves. But that's just, we've been taught to just be so freaking
It's the
lazy.
programming.
And it's
Hmm.
like how you have to do your T's and your tinctures and doing all this. Like
Mhm.
nobody wants to do that. And then we're so busy constantly. And then, we got our children to take care of and we're going here and we're going
Right.
there and moving here and doing this. It's like we don't, but like when it comes to like the self-care and the self-love, that's the last on the list.
It's not promoted. It's not
Yeah,
something in our
Mm-mm.
culture. If you are brought up thinking that self care is selfish, we don't want to identify with anything that's negative or anything that says make us feel bad. We have always been oriented that, you know what? Think about other people. Think about
yeah,
God. Think about them. Think about kids. Think about God
yeah,
forbid you want to, and women do that a lot. You want to even take a little time for yourself. You feel guilty. That's the programming. But it's a detriment to us. Obvious.
yes,
Look at the fruit of the tree. That's what it has
right,
reaped.
yeah.
It's a
I've,
reap, demise.
yeah. I've had conversations with sisters about, meditation, and a lot of them be like, I ain't got time for that. Yeah, you ain't got time to take out 15 minutes of quiet time and get in your head and figure some things out. They don't have time,
So talk a little bit
and they
about
don't.
that, Sean, about the meditation. Do you incorporate that as being like one of the things that help you get to, your healing process? To help you with your healing process.
Yes, I've been meditating for probably about the last year and a half, and it has really helped me get centered spiritually, and really open to healing in that manner. Cause it's all mental.
Yeah.
Quieting
It's
all of
all mental.
the quieting all of the chatter,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The the chatter, yeah.
the
The
incessant,
mind chatter.
the incessant thinking, and I alluded earlier that with struggling, I find myself struggling with that more, with concentration and focus, because I'm on social media. But all of it is just
Mm,
part of the system to get you that way. The more you're
yeah,
distracted, is the less you can spend on yourself. So you'll suffer. So, the system
yeah,
have you right where they want you. Dependent, inflicted, afflicted, submissive,
yeah,
oppressed, suppressed, depressed. That is what the
yeah,
whole programming is about. So once they can steal every bit of your time from yourself, they have you. Not they, that
yeah,
energy that runs
yeah,
this whole mass of hysteria. That energy is to steal, kill, destroy, undermine, invalidate, indoctrinate, manipulate, adulterate, all of those things. And it's always to you, because there is a power that you possess that, God forbid, if you ever realize that power, it's over as far as
right.
control.
Yeah, they want to keep you confused.
Yeah, yeah. It
They want
starts, like
to
I said, to
throw
come
you
from.
out.
Sean, your sister-in-law said, my favorite thing about Sean is that he shares what he learns about healthy living and spiritual wellness with anyone who's willing to listen. You're an inspiration, Sean. So your family's listening to you. Just
Hey,
I just wanted
I
to share
tried.
I just wanted to share that. And then Carla said the
I like.
same thing. She said, yes, Sean, you're an inspiration. She's like, he looks so good. And you do. You look amazing. Powerful.
Thanks.
Powerful. Powerful.
So, what's your
I'm
meditation
still working.
routine?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut y'all
Yeah.
off. I got excited.
Um, my meditation routine. I try to meditate for at least 15 minutes in the morning, and sometimes I may go back and meditate longer. Do my prayers to the ancestors, do some affirmations, and then sometimes just sit there quietly and try to get my thoughts together and think about the things I'm gonna do moving forward, things I want to do,
Hmm.
and claim those things to come to pass.
Mhm. Also, too, S. Bell said that you're very giving and willing. And I see that. You
I
always
try to be.
spreading yourself here and there and there.
Because now
you
you have
a
a
you
mission.
a nurturer.
Yeah, I like to see my people around me doing good and
Yeah.
doing better and
Mm,
being unstressed.
Hmm.
right.
So I try to do what I can to help them, you know, get past those rough spots,
And
But I grew up around a lot of giving and nurturing though, so it's just something I learned that was always around me.
Yeah, it's a learned behavior.
You know how them big mamas, you know how them big
Yeah.
mamas used to do for everybody. Shoot, a lot of times I was right there up under them, seeing all that.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
what was you
But I
saying?
think
Some.
when you get on that track, though, because it's almost like salvation. You know, if you have to go back to the Bible when it says you have gotten this good news and it can save you from yourself and save you from your pain and save you from your suffering and your oppression and your suppression and all of this stuff. You want to share it. You want to,
yeah,
you want to tell, stand on the whatever, your soapbox and say, listen, there is another way, you know. But I think a lot of it has to do with you doing it for yourself first, being that light, or being due diligence to self first while you're sharing that,
right,
because the action speaks loud, but you're doing it with the element of nurturing and giving and kind of, there's no better combination, I'm telling you, from a place of
right,
softness and gentleness and approach and vulnerability. And I think meditation does do that, because when you do
Mhm.
quiet yourself and you're more in alignment with your greater self or spirit, there's a ushering of calm, home,
right.
peace,
Yeah,
centeredness that
yes,
overcomes you, that I think it
yeah,
illuminates even without you saying anything.
right, right. And it really helps you feel things coming from other folks too. You can feel the folks that, you know, may be needing your advice, or, will get help from taking your advice. So it's an honor to be able to help folks.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
definitely.
it's definitely spiritually nourishing to help folks. But, like you said, you gotta help yourself first. You gotta get yourself together.
Yeah.
Yeah, before you can help other people.
Yeah,
That's just like with me when I was massaging. I was like, man, how can I be massaging these, trying to help these people heal, and I'm broken? So
right,
definitely
right.
got to do the inner work before you can
Yeah,
spread it to everybody else.
I really believe if that was the messaging we got earlier,
Mm-hmm.
where you come home to self first,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Im, you know, impart to self, get to
right.
the alignment and getting to, we're taught to be in an intimate relationship with a God outside of ourselves, intimate relationship with a partner, intimate
Right,
relationship with everything outside, to the detriment of this. So we really don't know this.
We really don't.
We don't know
right.
what and who and how this actually, and the only way you're going to get to know that, because a lot of time you have to hit rock bottom. That's what happened with illness and sickness and disease. It carried to a place
Mm-hmm.
where you lose self, you lose dignity, you lose all of the other stuff for you to come home to say, and I'm saying that to say that when you hear people get diagnosed, what do first? They disconnect and they're gone into
Yeah,
self care. That's usually
yeah,
the path. Well, the thing
right,
is, let's get into set. Let's, you know, put the horse in front of the cart. Let's do come from
right,
a place of self-care first. Then we will, because when you cannot give when this is empty. You can't serve when
right,
it's broken. You can't give if you
right.
don't have no money. If you're not centered, you can't help. So if we were doing this, then our society and this world would be different. But like I always said, the information is manipulated. If we understand that the information is doctored and flawed, then it will take us home to doing our own work, our
Mm.
own
Yeah,
alignment with this beingness, or whether it's inside, outside, wherever it is. Because I really believe that it's in here around, it's
I
in all
believe,
of us.
yeah.
We're individuation of God collectively. That's how I feel now. I never used to feel that. But until I changed and chose to not use the information I acquired to come up with my core values and my standard. If I didn't do that, I still would be enslaved.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah. We definitely got to tap into the nature of things
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gotta get back to it. And some people
instead of
still ain't realizing it. Like, and I guess maybe it's not for everybody. I don't know to realize. Maybe only some of us are getting it, but I just feel like the body is so intelligent. If you just treat it right and do what you're supposed to, like the sky ain't the limit, really. Because
uh,
there's a doctor I've been listening to, Dr. Morris, and I think I talked to you about it the other day, where this guy had type 2 diabetes, and his whole foot, not foot, but toe,
Toes.
his toe came off, like, because it was just dead. And the doctor was about ready to cut it
Amputate.
off,
Yeah.
amputate. But he called Dr. Morris, and Dr. Morris got it when the bone and everything just fell off. But he grew that man's toe back. And like we don't hear stuff
man,
enough about that. And they're trying to shut this man down because they don't want people to know that. But we'll still sadly
ah,
sometimes still hear that story and still go to
right.
them. Like, I just like, when are we gonna wake up? You know? I'm not trying to change the subject, but your mom, she typed in and she said, talk about how she said ask Shaun to tell us about how he didn't think he would live past his second year after his diagnosis. She wants you to shed some light on that.
Um, I don't know if it's so much I didn't think I would live, but when I first got diagnosed with scleroderma, I had to wait about 30 days to find out some results from some blood tests if what I had would be fatal or not.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
that was a long 30 days.
Why did you
You know,
have to wait 30 days?
I'm still not clear on that. Uh,
for them to figure out if it's deadly because they
right.
didn't know what it
Uh,
was.
They
I
didn't
don't. I
know.
don't. They had to send, samples to another state or whatever. But yeah, it took that long, and yeah, that was a shot to my psyche and my mental for real.
Oh, I'm
You
sure.
know, that long, but once I found out I was good, just gonna have this struggle, I started to think more positive,
Mm-hmm.
and things started to happen. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I struggled a lot back and forth as far as my eating and whatnot. So it really took me a while to really figure out that that's what was going on.
That it was the food.
And now I look back and I think about the experience. I can remember eating some of those things and being in more pain, but
Yeah.
not think,
Yeah.
but
Cause it's
not
like,
think,
yeah. Cause it's like once
because
you
I was taking therapy and whatnot. So I had the
Sean,
joint
repeat that.
aches and
You kinda broke up. Go back to what you were saying. We didn't really hear you.
I was still taking in dairy and whatnot, and
Mm,
getting the joint pains and all of that.
yeah.
You know, not really knowing or not really thinking that's what it is, but after acquiring knowledge and understanding what I was doing, yeah, that could definitely been the cause of it, or at least what made it worse.
So you think it was the dairy?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Carla said
Cause
she was eating a lot of rice. She
And she
said
don't.
yeah, I
she
was
said
probably
and cheese, yeah, she was doing cheese too, but she said that rice, she said her and my niece, they was going ham on that rice.
yeah. Rice slows me up now. It used to not do that, but I used to do
Mm-hmm.
a lot of rice. And like I said, I wasn't big on cheese, but I was big on pizza. So if I got pizza, I would get
Yeah,
cheese
cheese.
or a cheese steak. But yeah, and constantly harking and spitting up and
Clearing your throat.
Clearing
going
your
in.
throat.
Yeah, constantly clearing the throat, waking up with the sore throats and all of that.
Mm.
Yeah, just madness,
Yeah.
pure madness.
I had the same issue with the I love cheese, ice cream, anything creamy, condensed milk. I mean, I'll add the condensed milk with the ice cream and
Mm.
the little Baileys. And I'm telling you, and as my story, I had arthritis. I could
Mm.
watch my joints. It went back to normal now. My joints were, I looked
Right,
at my finger, my joints were spreading and I had aches in my joints. And when I went to the doctor, they were saying, because of the job I did, it's the hot and the cold. I have to be mindful, and we're getting all of this other stuff. And I'm like, no.
That
And I
don't
was
make no damn
clearing
sense.
constant my throat all the time. I did bee pollen, it did help, but it I was like I wanted to kick this
You
thing
want to
so
go
bad.
away.
But I knew I
right,
had an allergic reaction to the dairy. And I started, like I said last week, try to do the mono eating. Started to focus. When do I feel this? After, because I know it was the food.
Mm-hmm.
So what food am I eating that? And I've started, excuse me, figure out that when I had cheese, when I had the ice cream, and then it's the Sunday evening after the dinner. Jamaicans, the rice and peas and the oxtail and the beef and the chicken and the dessert. You have the nice piece of dessert and then you add the little ice cream on it and you don't get one scoop. You're watching TV. So by the time you finish, all the whole 1 gallon finish. And I'd get up
Gone.
yeah,
I'd go to the gym and I'm like dragging. It's like I can feel these aches in my muscles. And I'm like, boy, and those things just, it kind of inhibit you. It's not fun when you're feeling that.
Mm-mm.
Now I go to the gym, Sean. I want to
right,
run because I don't feel none of that lactic acid and stuff anymore. And like I'm like praising whoever,
The
allergy. I'm
ancestors.
just praising. I'm like, man,
Thank you, ancestors.
man, had I known this. Had I known that you can actually feel, no, I'm like so excited to go to the gym because I don't have no pain. The only time I wouldn't go if I'm tired or up, doing crap. But like I go to the gym
right,
now, I just feel like I can do an hour and I come back. My muscle recovery. Normally you take two, you're
Mm.
aching. You do a little new move
You
and your
back
arm
to
tomorrow morning you can't even turn in the bed.
it. You be so
No,
sore.
you're like
But
pumping a little bit of weight and you're like, what going on now? You
right,
don't
yeah.
feel anything. So tomorrow you want to add a little bit more weight, because it feels so good now. You're encouraged. Let me tell you guys. You see when you do
right.
this thing, you reverse it. It's just good. It's just feel good, man. I can't speak enough about that.
It's really exciting.
It's exciting. I'm excited to figure out what I can do with a new vegetable. I just discovered leek from my sister-in-law recently. She sauteed it
Oh,
down, and I'm like,
yeah, yeah. I
when I
like
think,
leeks.
yeah, when you think, I don't think about ice cream and cheese and little this. I'm thinking, what's the new vegetable? What's the new fruit concoction? And, because your mind is
Yeah,
changing. Your body is so adaptable, man.
yeah,
Guys, just give yourself a chance. Give
Yes,
yourself a
please,
chance.
please get rid of
yeah,
the dairy. The dairy should be the first to go, and then that meat. Like I tell Sonya all the time, me and her, we get excited because we don't smell no more. I'm like, I can wear my underwear for like 3 days, 4 days. I probably can wear them all week, really, and not have. I don't even have to bathe no more, to be honest, unless I eat something bad in the vegan world. But like, if I stick to
right.
what the protocol, what I'm supposed to do, I don't have to take a bath, and that's just like the
Yeah,
best feeling. And to be able to talk to you and tell like all of y'all right now that's amazing because I don't look crazy because most people would think I'm crazy for even saying that. But we don't
right,
smell.
right.
And this is what I
Yeah, it's
tell
none of
Joy.
that. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Do you
Yeah.
find that where you don't smell? Let
Mm.
me tell you, I have to tell you this. My husband, no, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, you
But
should.
and
Go for it. Go for it.
I'm just saying, my husband has been, men carry a different order and work hard. They're going to them spaces like, and I used to be like, oh my God. Or some people, I'm sure I used to smell that
I
way
used
and
to
I never
smell.
used to know, you know. But I'm so like,
I'm
I
excited.
go into his bathroom now because, he's primarily, and probably have meat if he go visit somewhere. But it's the fruits and the whatever. I just love going that bathroom now. Normally, I wouldn't want to go into the bathroom. I'm like, the bathroom
Because you
smell.
smell like funk.
So, or for me, if I'm like smelling anything, I'm like, what did I eat?
Mm.
Because I shouldn't
Right.
smell my arm. If I sit down on the
Mm-mm.
toilet, I shouldn't smell anything. So my indicator now is my smell. I'm so like obsessed with this
I
smell
am
thing
too.
that if I ever
Yeah.
feel like when smelling, I'm like, no, I'm not doing this tomorrow. Whatever it is.
Right.
Because sometimes you
Mm.
do go out and you have the vegan stuff, which I try not to do
Mm.
any of this other packaged stuff. And,
The
if I
processed
you just do my
Yeah.
vegan
stuff
stuff.
because it's just too much
Mm.
mental regression or mental baggage that I carry. I'm saying because I'm thinking if I'm smelling something is decaying. I
Mm.
don't want anything
No,
to be
nothing
decaying
decaying.
inside of this body or any
Right.
other
Right.
foreign something but taking up no place in my body. I
Mm.
start to think, okay, what is going on in here? So somebody, what is something is in there and I'm like figuring what on earth is it going on in my and sometimes if I'll psych myself out thinking like I want to get this what is in it I want to get it out because
Mm.
I'm almost like scared of what is going on inside my intestines. So that's where it has gotten and it will happen to all of us, I think, once you're on that way, wanting to
Yeah.
just preserve yourself, just to do,
Right.
just to be a better steward of the temple.
And
We're
that's
not good
yeah, it's like we
stewards.
missing that. Like, why don't we love ourselves enough to want to take care of the temple?
It's a program.
Right.
Yeah, I think the programming is just really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Cause I really
Yeah.
do love myself. Like I didn't love
Girl,
myself.
I was kissing my arm. And I'm
I be in
like,
the mirror. I be like, ooh. I
I
was like,
never
thank
used
you,
to hate
body.
my
I love
body.
you.
Even though as flawed as it is, I'd be like thanking my body
Yes.
for,
And thank you,
I'd be like,
organs. Thank you for doing what
like
y'all
so in
do.
love. It can come off like, what you call it, conceit. I don't
Like
think it's
arrogant.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like you
not it. What
arrogant.
because appreciate what your
Mm.
eyes do. You
Mm.
appreciate the fact that you can get up because some people
Mm.
never got up. That you can actually move, that you
Yeah,
can
when you
actually
do get up, that your
lift your
legs is
arm.
yeah.
That you can actually hear.
Mm.
That's what this does for you every
Yeah.
day. You
Mm.
inhabit
Mm.
just the little gifts of what this intelligence does for you every day on a
Mm.
different level that
On
I
a
never
different
used to
level.
know that before.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
glad to be on
Yeah.
this
It's
on this
amazing.
path. Fruits and veggies and animals.
So what's your circle like? What's your, because part of keeping on the track, how was it with your family? When you change, how is it with your
Uh,
friends? How did they react?
my, uh,
Did you lose some
my
people?
my son he went vegan, so that was like my partner in crime as far as the family go,
Your son?
and
You said your
yeah,
son, Sean? Okay.
How old is he?
yeah, he's vegan.
How old is he?
He's 31.
Oh wow.
And how old are you, Sean?
I
Tell
thought you
everybody,
were
yeah. We
31.
thought you was 31.
Oh no, I'm 52.
Yay!
Wow. So when
Look
did it
good, cuz.
start? When did you start the illness started? When did the whole thing?
Um,
What age were you?
I was about I was 35
Oh, you're
when
younger.
I first started getting the numbness in my hands, and probably about 36 going to 37 when stuff started looking full blown. So,
Okay.
but yeah, it woke me up. Like I said, being so down to the point that I was on the cane, for somebody in their mid 30s, old people shit.
Of course,
Um,
35. Well,
I,
Mm,
I wasn't trying to embrace that for the lifetime, so
right.
I had to figure it out.
yeah. So were you supported? Um, More like how was it? Well, your son got you. You had a running buddy, which is was your son. But in terms of friends,
Yeah.
was it hard to
Well, the person that I was with for at that time, she went vegan first, and 6 months later, I went vegan.
okay.
And so, that was my circle, her, me, and my son, and just, sharing information with each other and figuring it out.
It was exciting, man.
Mhm.
You have a
Yeah,
you have a
yeah.
little running group, running body group.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Now, will your
Yeah, you
son?
need that.
What'd you say, Sean?
Uh,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
you need them running buddies in these parts, because
No, you
this is
need the
barbecue.
support. You need a tribe, cause it's.
Yeah,
And I'm
Yeah.
glad I have a lot of family that's on this path because I mean I've lost family members.
yeah,
Yeah,
I bet.
and friends. I've lost a lot of people.
Yeah,
They
talk
think
about that
they think I done jumped
you
on the
Deep end.
the UFO. Them come and got me.
right.
Universe.
Done ship me. I know
Substitute
it done
God for
ship it's done
universe.
ship me on up out of here. So
Talking
The
about
yeah,
enema.
thank
Enema
you,
7 days.
universe, for yeah. I know. That's like, well, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Yeah, they think I'm crazy. And I'll tell
yeah,
anybody that's the best wash ever. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Woo!
yeah. You ain't clean until you do that.
Woo! It's something. It's like, and I tell people all the time, if they would just do it one time, they ain't going back.
Mhm.
If they
Mm,
do, then something's off. Cause I'm like, I'm locked in. Like I love my
yeah,
my cleansing now.
But go back
Hey, I'm
to the
sorry.
Sean where
I
we
cut y'all off.
clean. That's part of the whole
Mm-hmm.
mindset. We
Mm-hmm.
clean the car.
Yeah.
We clean the
Brush our
house.
teeth.
We clean out the pocketbook. We clean the teeth every day. We get up. We have clean the teeth, clean the
Mm-hmm.
tongue, clean the arm, clean the whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, somehow, because if you have a car and you don't take it for the oil change, after a while the engine going go, and then sooner or later you have to go replace the car
Mm-hmm.
because
right.
that's how it start when you're not
Yeah,
focusing on the cleaning. You can imagine if you don't clean your mouth or you
right.
refuse to take a bath.
Oh
Can
God.
you imagine if that's what we choose to do? Don't take a bath. Don't bathe. Stop
Yeah,
cleaning the house. Just stop cleaning the house. Just keep dumping the garbage, just a
right.
garbage can. Don't empty the garbage. Just keep pouring the food that you're cooking in the garbage and leave the garbage there and see how if you not start smell. It's the
Right.
same thing going
Same
on in your
thing.
body for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. Backed up stuff.
Yeah.
Different colonies
Just
after colonies. I mean, they probably have a whole neighborhood going on in the small testings, and they skip over. Let me go look for John, the parasite over here, and the hookworm over here. Let me go look for this, because the stuff you're taking in coming in there, it building its own nest of stuff in
Yeah, it's
there,
gonna bring the
and
whole
then
family in.
and then it burping where you get the gas and the smells, and you're pumping yesterday's food in there for 3 weeks now. It don't come out. So it turning
right.
all this
Right.
stuff in there, and you're wondering why my belly so big. Why is it
Yeah.
like, I get up in the morning, my breath is stinking.
Smell just like my
Yeah.
Or you
ass.
go to the toilet and it's like you can't even go back. Nobody can use the toilet after you for
And the
days.
stench. And then some of that stench.
And they feel that's normal.
And
We
they
used to
and we
feel
but
that's
we've been
normal.
told that that's what it is.
No,
Like
man.
everybody shit smells. Like we've been taught that. We haven't been
Oh
taught that it's not supposed to smell.
It's gonna smell
man.
inside. It's
Cause it's
decaying.
decaying.
The garbage is going to smell
Yeah.
because the stuff in the garbage can need to empty out.
Hmm.
It's
Right.
just simple. There's no rocket science to it. This is what it's
Mm-mm.
simple.
It's
But if
super
you remove
easy.
that from the books and you remove that from the
Right.
medical community and you refuse, what I mean, I'm thinking, what is there's gotta be an agenda if the agenda is to tell you that this is normal.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
We got
Yeah.
a degree to tell us that this is
Mm-hmm.
normal when everything else is saying, no, does this
They
make
get a they
sense?
get a PhD to kill.
No, man.
Hmm.
And that's a whole nother
Yeah.
subject. I don't want to even open that up. So, well, I think
Right.
we've been on here about an hour and 15 minutes. Is there anything, Shaun, that you want to let our followers know that, or you feel like that you need to tell them, just to give them, like, I guess, a food for thought to
Just
help
Kind of
empower,
encouragement,
yeah,
yeah.
encouragement to help him for them to empower themselves. Cause,
I can just offer them the advice to research and don't get so preoccupied with things being easy or just figure it out and you'll see the wonders happen once you do. You know, to
fruits and veggies and cleansing.
just keep going on the path that they're going on. This more sickness is just gonna come. And then they're gonna make the doctors rich. They're gonna make the pharmaceutical folks rich, and all of that stuff is just gonna be stored up in their colons.
We need to starve their asses out. They need to go.
Yeah,
Like, see ya.
they do.
Bye.
Yeah, because they
Yeah,
are
it's
really
time for
a
this. It's
master
time for
weapon.
them to get up out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Well, Sean,
start. They
oh, I'm
selling.
sorry. You said they
They
what now?
selling us. They selling us death
Yeah.
as the only end, and they profit off that.
It's so sad.
Well, blind leading blind, it's not
Yeah.
like they really know. It's once we
Uh,
identify, if because I did a lot of the Bible thing when I was younger, that
mm-hmm.
what run the out, what, when the Bible said, come out from among them, what run the system that we were cultured in and oriented is a system or an energy. I mean, I think the Bible referred to it as the prince of the power of the air. If we
Mm-hmm.
go back to that, the agenda, the Bible and the good books don't tell you what the agenda is. The agenda is to steal, to kill, to destroy, to manipulate, to coerce, to adulterate, to violate. You name all of those it's. It's.
Right.
If you
It's
know that that's what it is, you
Mm.
know that's what it is.
yeah,
So why do you expect that all of this, the education is not manipulated and
Mm.
geared towards death? Because who control that?
right,
The government, the same
Mm.
thing. You just name it, every which area.
Mm.
So now it's for us to say, okay, if you
They come in at
understand
every
that there
angle.
is some lie in the truth and some truth in the lie, our job is to figure it out. What's the lie and
yeah,
what's the truth? If you know,
Mm.
okay, they're parading these things as food. You're looking at something that is not even natural. It's not even real to say that that is fuel. Not from a conscious level sometimes, because you're trusting. You are taught that you trust these people. They're experts. But if you know their
right,
agenda is this, you cannot continue on that part, trusting that. We just can't. If you know that this is the agenda is to keep, and we look at it, it's not even like it's blatant. We should be building more farmers market, more herb
Mm.
centers. They vilify and they negatize or negativize the herb industry or the herb doctor as,
Mm.
bullcrap. They don't have no sense. They're stupid. This is so you're taking Mother Nature to say that no, this cannot be
Mm.
what some. We're not investigating that. Let's just go in a lab, and this is something that is
Yeah, do
not
this.
even
Take the stuff from the
identical.
lab.
It don't match this. intelligence, and you're gonna
Mm.
trust that. Guys, we gotta wake up.
Wake
The
the effing
fruit
Yeah.
up.
is on the tree. Is more
Jeez.
death, is more, we're having more places, more doctors, more rehab center, we're building more places
Dialysis.
for sickness,
Dialysis
so we're
clinics.
anticipating that we're going to have a wider amount of people who are going, so there's a dependency and there's an addiction and a disempowerment. It's like we're totally victims now. We don't have no control, and we're listening, it's in our language.
Mm.
Oh, everybody, we don't
After
have
you
no
turn this,
control.
yeah.
We don't
After
have
you
no
turn.
control. Oh, you mean we
Mm.
don't have no control? What, we don't have no control
Right.
because we're giving away the control. That is
Mm.
another
Way, yeah.
lie. That is the other lie.
And then,
We never lost our power.
mm.
We're
No, we
manipulating
Yeah.
it
still
into
have
giving
it.
it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then who
And don't
wants to
even
be?
know it.
And then who wants to be like matured? I guess. And then you know, having to think that your parents have to take care of you because y'all crippled up. You can't move. Like I think about my grandmother. She died in 2000 or transitioned in 2018. She probably still could have been here, but
Right.
the food and stuff like that, But it's like we had to help my mother take care of her, and we had to wipe her butt and everything. And I'm just at the point like enough's enough. I'm not doing that because it can be stopped.
Right.
Like we should transition
Yeah.
off, in our sleep, real nice, no pain. But I'm not trying to leave up out of here with aches and pains
Less
and
than you can
yeah,
move.
and
No
then
arm,
I
no
don't want to.
foot.
Do you want somebody wiping your butt? No, I'm not doing
Don't want
that.
no diaper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wearing a diaper. Who wants to sit in their own piss and shit?
Oxygen,
Yeah, being
bad.
on an
No.
oxygen tank, or then people that's getting cancer, just burning up their skin, and they'll see the
Right.
outcome of what that person went through, and they'll turn around and do the same. It'll be the same person in your family. You'll see what that one person went through with the burnt up skin. They look light skinned. Now they look like as dark as I don't know what. Eating their bodies
Right.
up. Like, why would if somebody in your family member went through that? Why would you go to the doctor and do the same damn thing? Like, we gotta wake up.
Right.
Like, it just don't make no damn
Yes.
sense.
Yeah, how do you even buy into
It's
Like,
a
yeah, like
poison
it's
being the
pure
antidote?
poison.
A poison being the
yeah.
antidote or being the cure? How did they even get us to buy into that? Because of fear.
Yeah.
And you're gonna
They fear.
end up dying. You know,
Yeah.
like it's never it hasn't helped. I haven't seen one person that has helped. And then it's like, well, it's
No.
buying you time, but it's buying you time when you looking black and broke down and can't, you can't. Your taste buds is gone. Like you can't even if
Stomach gone.
if you even want to eat a piece of fruit, you can't even taste it because the radiation is just done ate you up. But it's buying me
Right.
time. Like, why would I want to put myself through that? But I ain't trying to get off on no rant. I'm sorry. Shaun, how can they get in touch with you if they need to contact you? Because, some of the brothers out here are struggling and they might hear your testimony and be like, hey, I need to contact Shaun. So,
um. I don't be on Facebook much, but my Facebook is Shaun Spotts. My Twitter is Supreme Born at Shaun the God,
Shaun the
and
God.
my Instagram is Gold Soul Melanin.
Go so melon.
We'll put that
We'll
Yeah.
up.
put it, yeah. If you can, Shaun, just text me that so I'll make sure I have it correct and I'll put it in the description below. If you
Okay, and they could email me at goldsoulmelanin@gmail.com.
okay. Well, Shaun, we appreciate you so much. I enjoyed hearing your journey and so glad that you took your power back. And you look
I
amazing.
think
Like
y'all got
we said,
heaven.
we thought you was 31. What was you saying? I didn't
Some
mean to
days
cut you.
I
You
said
cut.
some days I feel it.
Oh yeah. That's how we
Yeah, but
feel.
I appreciate y'all goddesses for having me on though.
No, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Y'all,
Thank you so much.
y'all way to be health and wellness gurus.
We trying.
We're trying to tell everybody, be your own damn guru. Nobody going to
Yes.
spoon feed you. Nobody going to save you.
Nobody's
You
coming.
be your own guru.
Nobody's coming to save you. Sorry, you got to save your damn self. And we're going to beat this drum over and over again. Fruits, vegetables, enemas, meditation,
Yeah.
Movement
yes. Exercise. Like we're
and
going to,
de-stress.
yes. Oh, your
Yeah.
daughter said, love you, daddy. She's so sweet.
Oh.
And she's pretty. Beautiful.
Okay,
Thank you.
Maya.
That's my heart.
Shamaya. Is I say her name right, Shamaya? She said, I love you, daddy.
That's
Okay,
Well,
Shaun.
appreciate you, Shaun.
Thank you so
much.
Continue being
thank y'all for having
continue being the vessel that you are.
Yes. Thank you for doing
They
this.
say the harvest, what they say, the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. So
Yes.
you got
This
to
is
stand
true.
there
This
like
is true.
much
Yeah.
work to be done, right?
Yeah.
And
We
one
got
person
work to
can't
do.
do it. Everybody have to do their little part. And then because you're
Yeah.
standing in the gap for other people and you're standing in the gap for generations behind you.
You cleaning up your
Yeah. Let's
bloodline, cuz.
try.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank
Peace.
you. Appreciate you.
Yep.
Talk soon.
All right.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
He does look like.
So, y'all, that was the end of our Empire Yourself TV. And do you have any words to say? Because I feel like we went long tonight. We was vibing. We done went a whole hour and a half.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay. Sometimes that happens.
But advocate for your own well-being. Advocate for your own health. Participate in your recovery, your return to wellness. Be your own guru. Be your own researcher. Don't expect nobody to be spoon feeding you. You gotta take charge of your life because you have the ability. You're more than equipped. You're more than able. You have more than what you need. Everything you need to get yourself together and get your life on track, you already have it. You come in this world with it. You come in this world abundant, unlimited, no lack, all the stuff that you're looking for and they tell us that we need to go get. God gave it to us. We already came here with it.
And we're not sinners. Sorry.
You already have it. So tap into that. And the only way you can download that stuff is a closer relationship with self, closer relationship with your alignment with your creator, whoever you think that to be, wherever that is. You gotta come back home. Home is here in alignment with and center with that bigger thing because you are part of it as well as it or however it is. I mean, that's where I'm at. You don't have to listen to me. I'm doing what is good for me. You have to work. Bible says, work out your own salvation. And that is the task. Nobody is enough. We stop this breastfeeding. Everybody is breastfeeding. The doctor breastfeeding you. Your mother breastfeeding you. It's about time you start to walk and to run. Come eat hard food. Stop with the milk. Enough of this milk where everybody is you're just you can't come out of this. You cannot mature when you're constantly sucking on something. You gotta wean yourself off from that, and we're more than able to do that. Anyway, let my co-host say I'll go on from now till tomorrow.
We will. It's just because we passionate. So we'll see you all next week. So y'all have a beautiful week and try to get all your fruits, your vegetables, do your water, do your cleansing. If you're doing your enemas.
Write on your tablet.
Enema. Yes. Journal. Sit with yourself. Be mindful. Be in
Find your tribe.
Yeah, find your tribe. Be in the moment. Yes.
Appreciate and love on yourself.
Yes. Love yourself. Yeah. It's so important.
Till next time.
So next time. Ashe.
Peace.
Hey.